guys, welcome back to another video. Yes, I am here back filming videos. I haven't filmed videos for a couple of weeks now. I've literally been like super busy. Like there's so many films coming out that I just haven't watched them and then I just haven't been bothered. So it's just like so much on my head right now, but really good to go and see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I really want to get this review out, so let's do it. So, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, what did I think of the movie? It is a follow-on, obviously a second one in the, I guess, follow-on series of Black Panther. Now, there is a lot going on with this film. Firstly, right off the bat, obviously, Chadwick Boseman did pass away. He had some sort of, like, cancer, I believe. And, yeah, he passed away. So, obviously, they needed to do some sort of recasting. There was something that was going to have to happen. Marvel did announce that they were not going to be recasting him. So, there was some story development that was going to be there. Now, Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman was seen as, like, the next kind of like Iron Man after like Robert Downey Jr. obviously, to be like the central focus point of like the whole Avengers and all that. But obviously, you know, that hasn't been possible. So rest in peace, obviously, Chadwick. Really, really sad. This is going to be spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen it, so I wouldn't advise watching it. So I'll just say that before I start. But right away, straight away in the movie, the first scene basically was about addressing the whole Chadwick Boseman situation. And I think they did it very respectfully. I think they did it in the right way. Yeah, I was really pleased to see that. You know, they basically killed him off in the film. He died of an illness. Which is exactly what happened in real life, of course. And it was very respectful. It basically started with like a funeral scene. Everyone's kind of mourning him. And it was really hard because obviously all the actors and stuff would have actually worked with him. So it would have been like really emotional, like filming those scenes. I'm sure, like, yeah, that would have been really hard on set those days, I'm sure. Really upsetting. But anyways, they did it really respectfully, as I say. And I really did appreciate that. It was very good right away from the bat. Like I said, right from the bat, it was just straight in. Then we get into the actual movie itself. And I think the first, like, I think maybe 45 minutes after that, then it kind of was a bit slow. I wasn't really sold on like the villains. They were like these underwater things. I think his name was Naomi or Naomi, something like that. And he was basically like this guy, but he had like wings on his ankles. Like, it sounds ridiculous. And the wings, they were like fairy wings, like tiny little wings. So it was just a little flapping thing on the side of his ankles. Really off-putting. Didn't really look like villainous or nothing like that. Wasn't good. Like, you know, you compare like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that villain was like really, really cool. Even like in Thor, like Christian Bale playing Gore, that was a good villain. You know, this was just, I don't know, the villain for me in this film wasn't great. And the whole premise of the story basically was about vibranium, and like obviously vibranium is only normally found in Wakanda, and actually they found it under the sea, so there's like these hot spots coming up, and yeah. Anyways, turns out they have this underwater city, and they're the bad people, so they obviously are trying to find, you know, this replacement for Black Panther, and like who's going to look after us and be our savior, and like our person that we're going to look up to, and all this type of stuff. And yep, spoiler alert, Shuri she actually figured it out, and she became Black Panther. Now, her outfit was amazing. I wasn't surprised because obviously we had like the trailer and it had all the dots on her mask, which was from the previous films that she had all the dots on her face. So it was kind of obvious that it was going to be her. I kind of wish Marvel just said that it was going to be her and just showed us, because I don't know, it would have done well anyways. I don't think it would have been a bad thing. But yeah, we got a new Black Panther now. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, the film itself was really, really good. The end of it was better than the beginning of it, but I didn't really like the bad guys. Obviously, all the costumes in this movie is fantastic. That was like, it blew me away, some of the costumes in the movie. There's definitely some emotional bits in there. I'm not going to say full what did get me emotionally in terms of the review, but there was one scene that was really, really sad, and that is, you know, obviously after the funeral scene, of course. So yeah, some of the film's aspects really good. The soundtrack was fantastic as well. Obviously we get the African like elements coming in, you know, certain like bongo drums and all that type of stuff. It was very, like, I watched Woman King recently, and it was very reminiscent in terms of soundtrack to that. Very authentic, but very, very like futuristic as well. Obviously being a Marvel film and like sci-fi and like fantasy, of course. Very good in both aspects, you know, really, really good in that sense. So rating the movie, I did give it a 4.5 star. I thought it was good, but it's a very low 4.5 star for me. Borderline, probably a 4, but I gave it a 4.5 because I did enjoy it, and I can't wait to watch it again, really. So that's kind of why it's tipped into 4.5. It is my, like, I did prefer Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, No Way Home in Phase 4. So it's not like my favourite movie in Phase 4, but it's definitely better than things like Black Widow and Eternals and Thor. So it's, for me, it sits smack in the middle of my ranking on Letterboxd. I didn't like, though, the post-credit scene. I kind of like, felt like they were building up the movie for like Shuri to be like Black Panther, and at the very end of the film then we saw a little boy come over to Shuri, and his name was T'Challa, which obviously is Chadwick's character who's passed away. So basically setting up that Chadwick had a son in the movie, and you know, the potential down the road then that boy could become the next Black Panther. So I guess it does mean that the mantle's getting passed on, but I felt like that post-credit scene wasn't really needed in this film, when it was definitely about building Shuri up, rather than, you know, the little kid. I guess that is going to come down the road. Maybe we could see him in like 10 years time or something. Now they'll recast then. That's an opportunity to recast. But that's the thing. They said they were never going to recast, and doing this kind of makes it feel like they could have just recasted and done something. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. It just felt a bit like, oh, you know, you just kind of like did it really good, and then you kind of like just screwed all over that. Because, oh, by the way, in a couple of years time, when this actor's grown up in a couple of years, and it felt like when you guys forget about the Chadwick situation, we're just going to recast him. That's just what it felt like to me at the time. So yeah, but there it is, guys. Here's my review of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I cannot wait to watch it again. Like I said, I'm going to watch it as soon as it gets released on Disney+. I'm not going to go to the cinema again. I had a really good time. 4.5 stars. It's definitely better Marvel films out there, but like I found it was enjoyable. It was just the villain was a bit of the meh thing in the movie, but other than that, pretty good. Let me know your thoughts down below on Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I'm really interested to know your thoughts. Of course, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.